Hi, I'm Carl Azuz, the host and writer of an online news show called CNN 10. It appears throughout the academic year at CNN10.com and on YouTube.com/CNN10, and it gives viewers around the world an objective overview of international events. CNN 10 is teaming up with AT&T's Youth Voices Collective, a program developed to support student expression and to teach writing and journalism skills to young writers. Collaborating organizations include 826 National, 6 Feet of Separation, and Vox ATL. We have a question coming in from a student from 6 Feet of Separation, a publication by and for young people, and it was created during the coronavirus pandemic.
Hey Carl, it's me, Frank Klein from Portland, Oregon. I was wondering how you recommend deciding which news sources to trust.
Well, we're taking a good hard look at sources, where you get the news you consume, and how you can know if what you're reading is truthful and accurate or made up and false. This is a crucial component of media literacy. Misinformation is bad, okay? And it's been around as long as the news itself. When we're talking about misinformation, we don't mean your middle school media specialist. We're talking about false info, something that never happened, or something that's just downright misleading. In the information age, thanks to this here contraption called the internet, it's so easy to find details about any topic you can dream up. And unfortunately, a lot of those details aren't reliable. Sometimes bad info is easy to spot in the form of a ridiculous headline, like breaking story. Cats invented influenza to get rid of humans. Now don't get me wrong, cats might want to do this, but did they? It sounds unlikely enough that you can assume someone was kidding around and that this ain't right. Sometimes it's easy to spot in the form of a dubious source. For instance, when this report was produced, there was an online news article stating, quote, Carl Azuz dies at age 87. First off, I think I looked great for 87. Second, the source was realworldnews.wixsite.com. Probably not an organization you're familiar with. Probably safe to say it's misinformation. A good rule of thumb is this: if what you're seeing came from a news organization you've heard of, it's more likely to be credible information. Think of the major American cable networks like CNN. Think of ABC, CBS, NBC, the BBC, Reuters, the Wall Street Journal, Politico, The Hill. These are sources that stake their reputations on getting facts right, in addition to the hundreds of credible local news stations located around your neck of the woods. You want to be camping with facts, and not with a source like Uncle Billy at myspacebook.haha. Here's another tip. Find a second source. I could only find one site that talked about me being 87 years old, though there are a number of others that are filled with falsehoods. But this shows you how anyone can say anything at any time online. So you gotta be careful with what you see, especially if it flashes across Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Reddit, Snapchat. False reports may stay up, they may be taken down, but they can be shared as soon as they're posted and mistaken for fact. And here's where this can get really nasty. When people give information that they say came from a credible source when it really didn't. Someone could get online right now and report, CNN just reported that the 28th Amendment allows children to hand feed animals at the zoo. Think of the tears, y'all. And this could be stated without a shred of evidence from CNN. What can you do about that? Instead of just believing and forwarding the story on social media, go to CNN's website and search. If nothing related comes up, there's a good chance the story was just made up. But Carl, you might say, your show CNN 10 is a news source. How do we verify that? Same way we do. Get your news from credible organizations. Back it up with second sources. Make sure the places that are said to report the facts are actually doing that. On behalf of CNN 10 and AT&T's Youth Voices Collective, I'm Carl Azuz.